usually all in on things in my life. Like, I see something, I'm glad to do it. I'm not a type A person where I like set a goal and I achieve it in that way, but very little gets in my way. But one of the things that has really not been a part of my um, experience is moving my body, being physically active. And that has been my whole life. It's not that I don't walk. I do. I walk, I swim. I actually am physically active, but when I think about doing it, I have to overcome this thing that's that's not really who you are, and it's going to be uncomfortable and you don't even know what to wear. Like, I really don't do sweatpants. I really don't do shorts or athletic. I really hate the look of tennis shoes. Like, if you, and not on anybody else. Like, I would love that I liked how they looked on I love how they look on everyone else, especially, the women who can wear them with their cute little jeans rolled up. Like, to me, I just always feel like I'm wearing boxes on my feet. They just never look cute to me, right? And so I'm disclosing a lot here. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you're on. And so, um, what I realized the last couple of days, I've been feeling just like agitated and irritated. I'm like, what is this? And I'm feeling this edge of doing something. And everything that I'm feeling like I want to do, like this like, ooh, let's see, let's try this. Am I willing to do this? That um that my response on the other side, it's like two parts of me, like, I'm so excited, let's try this. Let's do something like that. The other part of me is feeling like, you don't know how to do that. Who do you think you are? Why do you think you can do this? Why would today be any different than any other day? And so I'm sharing this because in the last 24 hours, I've had at least 5 conversations with people who are at a point where what they're doing in their life right now is not in alignment. Now, these are not their words, this is my words, but it's no longer working to be doing what we've always done. Is anybody else experiencing that? Is anyone else coming up against something, whether it's thinking, whether it's behavior, whether it's reactions that no longer are working? Or even, like, for me, I'll say, like, my avoidance of them, my like dismissal of my desire to be more physically fit, be more active, is, I can't ignore it. I can't put it over here anymore. It's now like, I feel like this desire that's welling up in me to do something different. And this is the one that's showing up. I mean, it's not the only thing, but this, I'm telling it, like, this is me laying it out vulnerably. Like, the thought of, it's not that I mind sweating. I don't mind sweating. I just don't know what to wear. That's really, you guys said, like, really, I don't like, and it's trivial. It's so trivial what keeps me from doing what I'm longing to do. That, and the feeling that like, I actually really love to run, not like on the street run for 10 miles. What I love to do is cross country. I've loved that forever. Like, I love running through the woods. I love running down um, uneven pathways through the woods because my focus is on my footfalls. It's focused on what is happening in this now moment. I have to be awake and alive and in nature, and I love it. I have loved it for years, and as a matter of fact, I can run farther than I ever thought possible when I just do that. But the thought of running on a trail, like, all I'm left with is my breath. And that feeling like, what if I can't breathe? And I don't know where that comes from. Like, I can feel my heart pounding. I can feel it. Like, there's something about that from, I remember being like in 5th grade and feeling, almost having like an out of body experience. that something's going to happen. And so I stopped. I stopped running. I stopped doing these things that I love. I stopped really delighting in the physicalness of my being. And gosh, I'm feeling very emotional sharing this. And so today I went for a walk. Today, in spite of myself, in spite of like, oh, my hair's a mess. I put on a hat. I don't know what to wear. Leggings, okay. I hate wearing leggings. Like getting it all like and I did it. And then every time I'm like trying to cut the walk shorter and shorter and shorter. And I just thought I kept catching my eye on something like, oh, I'll walk over there. No, you don't need to walk over there. I'm fighting this inner conversation. And I walk over there anyway. And I thought, oh, what if I just walk down this direction along the highway? Why would I do that? It's not in nature. It's so exposed. I don't know if I want to walk there. Just walk there. Set a timer. Set a timer that you have enough time to get back to do this appointment that I had. So I walked until my timer went off and then I turned around and came back. And I was fine. The world didn't collapse. My heart didn't explode out of my head. Nobody came up to me and said, "What the hell are you wearing?" I found a rhythm and a peace. And the reason I'm sharing this, I think, is because we just can't escape ourselves anymore. And if we stop listening to that part of us that's rising up and saying, "No, but I want this. I want to be healthy," or I want to love going to work. I want to delight in my children, and I want to delight in just being, right? And that part of us that kicks in and says, "That's not good enough," or "You're not gonna make it," or "This isn't right." It's all rising up, and all it is story, because that voice from within is waking up. And that piece that I will just tell you that I thought, I'm not physical. I all I did is I focused on my breath, and I thought, I love my body. I love the cells that are working right now. I love the sun on my face. I love the smell that is out here. I love getting to walk with my dog. I love this, right? And am I willing to do it? Am I willing to stumble my way till I get comfortable? Am I willing to not know? And this is a metaphor. This is exactly, if I can't do this with walking, how can I breathe and how can I be willing to step into a world, creating a world that I don't even know, if I'm not willing to even listen to myself for myself? I think I feel like that is what we are opening to. I'm glad. I'm looking at the messages. I've been talking so much I haven't checked in with you guys. Brianna, wanting to start my own business, resistance in my mind, want to run. I'm not a runner. Only run if I'm being chased, right? Seeing visions with my eyes wide open, which is totally new. And so can we just find that part of us that's willing? I love that. Michelle, I really appreciate you sharing. I also have resistance around movement. And I think movement is so important right now. And this is coming from me, right? I'm telling you, like Angela, who's on, Angela's a yoga instructor, and she's moving. And I'm like, oh, I would love to love moving that much. I would love it. But I'm never going to love it because, like, in my mind, I have to do it to find out if I love it. And doing it once isn't enough. It's not enough. We have to be willing, and that resistance is is not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's how we work with that resistance in our experience, how we open. Are we willing? Are we willing to do the thing that we really aren't certain we can? Hi, Joe. I'm glad you're on. Kathy, you get to the point in your life where you realize nobody cares what you're wearing. It's true. Nobody does. And this is true. I know this. I know I could care less. And the truth is that I'm learning how to be comfortable. But it's that weird story, right? They have the same things in their heads that you do, and other people's stories aren't going to be your story, right? And Scarlett, we actually talked about this last night in the women's self-defense class I teach. And I think about that. I think about you too, Scarlett. Like you are moving and you are in your body and you feel that moving through you. And so as we're doing this and the fact that you talked about this is huge. Angeline, I've had a lot of my body issues come to the surface and I'm identifying the root cause, which is very freeing but overwhelming, right? So the movement thing is mine too. And I just feel like what if we just all move? You know, and it doesn't have to be walking, it can be dancing, it can be willing and I was realizing I'm like, all I have to do is 5 to 10 minutes every hour. Get up and move. Get up and move. Get up and walk around and just enjoy this body. And part of this, I think, goes along with the breathing, is that when we are breathing into our vessel, like we have been breathing, I'll speak from my own experience. The amount of love and appreciation for my body that is happening in my mental expression is now moving beyond that into like the cells of my being, that I'm feeling this appreciation for this body. And in doing so, I feel like I want to be here. Like I want to be fully me. That wholeness is like awakening everything in me. That I chose this. I'm here and I'm okay. These stories don't have as much weight as they once did. Elaine, don't like movement either, and then rediscovered yoga. Love it. And I turned to walking more and have to talk myself about going out for a walk, right? Gail, I've been resisting learning to eat a healthier way to reduce inflammation. Last night I started committing to my plan to do this. There are and Kathy, there are such good yoga videos on YouTube, right? And so here we are. And just let's pause. Let's pause for just a moment. And you don't have to say what it is, but how many of you have felt called to take a bold action, to take a different action in your health, your well-being, physical nature of your body in the last like 5 days? Like feel this really strong desire and that maybe some of you have. How many of you are at that point? I'm curious to know. Um, and if you've been physical, that you're making a point to to make a different commitment, whether it's um, to sleeping better, or to eating healthier, or to being kinder to yourself and others, to choose kind words. How many of you have been doing this? Right? Allow yourself to just think about that. I'm taking this in because that's what I'm hearing. Is that look at what we've been doing. It's tomorrow will be 60 days of breathing, of acclimating, of opening, and we've been through some big energy expansions. I'll say it that way, like undoing, realigning, opening, right? And now we are committing ourselves to ourselves. We are committing to our good, committing to, and it's not about like commitment, like it's like a decision to be all in on this vessel, on this beingness that we are, that we're emerging into. and it feels different to me. Um, so Angela, yes, and Beverly, two major changes are in the mental and physical and family. And Carol, giving up alcohol, drinking more water, reading more, sitting longer in meditation and daily and writing and having a practice. And I think this is being brought into the conscious and understanding that this desire is not being dictated to you. How many of you are coming to this in your own knowing, in your own decision, in your own vibrational alignment? I want you to just take note of where this desire, this willingness to take new action, where it is coming from and how you feel about, is it soft, is it gentle, is it pushing, is it hard, is it something that you feel like you have to get after, you know? And I agree, and Carol, I hear you, like, drinking, exactly. My husband and I had this conversation that alcohol is also a depressant, right? And it depresses, it makes you feel good in the short time, but it's a depressant on our emotional system, on our mental system. And so it's not allowing us to be fully present to all the good that is in our life, all the good that is opening to us. So if you're just joining us, you may want to go back and listen today. I think this was some good information, good conversation. And I look forward to hearing how we're doing on this and what it is that is emerging in this expansion of our being into alignment, into wholeness. What is emerging in how we are living, in the way that we're living, and realizing that this is that we are it is moving into our awareness in a very gentle way. There's And can we allow that gentleness to kind of permeate our being, that we are willing to choose what is in alignment, that we are willing to be fully present, that we are willing to expand in our consciousness. And I'm truly grateful to be able to share this with you. Um, Absolutely, we drink that we don't feel, and yet it's very interesting that at least my experience also, and my experience with other people who drink, is that oftentimes it activates a more profound feeling, but it lessens the immediate question of what do I do about this? You know, it's the thoughts and it's the actions that have to come around the feelings that actually are what get depressed. And oftentimes the feelings get amplified in the alcohol or in the drug use, um, or in the addiction, even in the food. It's we eat not to feel, and yet we're always feeling. It's the idea that somehow it suppresses something. It just gives us something else to hate, something else to be irritated with, something else to challenge us. And so it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Michelle, it's intuitive for me. I know what I need to do. No coffee for me today. Not because it is an unhealthy beverage, but it doesn't serve me personally. Right. And so you're aware of this and you're moving in that. And I agree. I have my coffee, which is I love this mug. I got it for my husband, crabby guy, and that says, "You've got a problem with that." I bought that for him. Um, he's so not crabby. Um, but I've been drinking a lot more water, a lot more water. We're on glass 4 already today. For me, that's huge. So, um, So allowing ourselves to be in this vibration. Let's go ahead and begin our practice today, and we can continue this conversation after. I'm not in a huge hurry today, which is nice. And Kathy, and then you say I shouldn't have eaten that, right? So the shame. And sometimes we eat to ground too. Finding good grounding meditations and processes are really helpful. And Angelina, I'm going to really um, invite you to today when we connect to Mother Earth to uh, to see. Um, uh, if you can feel that cord to Mother Earth, that it's always there, always giving you home, always giving you a sense of place. Um, there's an idea that somehow we're separate. And through this meditation, I've really come to see that it's this love and this connection to Earth is always present, and that we are always grounded. And I'm curious to know if you have seen that and you have um, started to experience that and see it. And um, so let's begin. I could talk all day. Seriously, you can tell I was by myself all day yesterday. Let's close our eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Just allowing ourselves to get quiet, get comfortable. We just came from a very active chat, which is good. And sometimes it's hard to take a break in that. We're just going to breathe and trust that there's plenty of time for us to connect, plenty of time to chat, plenty of time to deepen that connection. And just notice all of our thoughts, our emotions. Just let's breathe behind them, feeling our consciousness fall back away gently from our thoughts, which are going and going. We don't need to change that. We don't need to stop it. We can just be with it. Be in a different place within our being, within our vessel. And as we breathe, we come to this very quiet, centered place. This place where we know and are connected, connected to our breath, connected to this body, feeling the energy moving in and around us. And with every breath, we relax, trusting that it is okay to just be here now. And as we breathe in light, we breathe in love, we breathe in appreciation for this body, this physical body which does so much for us. In every breath, we allow to go where it needs to go, nourishing every cell of our body, and every cell opening to receive. Our body knows its function, and every cell within it knows its function. Heart cells beat together, and they know they are heart cells. And lung cells breathe in and breathe out together because they know they're lung cells. And our stomach is digesting, and all of the cells within know exactly what to do. We breathe in, and as we breathe, we are breathing in light and clarity, knowing and willingness. And in each breath, we are activating the blueprint of every cell in our body. It may work more optimally, more efficiently, more clearly. And we are more clear and open, functioning in a way that this body is meant to function. And we are in alignment with this desire to be in optimal health, that our body is divine and knows what it wants. And we are present enough in the breath to feel that, to acknowledge that, to take actions that are in alignment with that. And we relax, and we are filled with abundance of love, grace, and gratitude. And we bring our attention in our breath outward to the energy field that surrounds our body, our physical form. And we feel that energy alive, vibrant, open, has its own rhythm and flow. Our chakras open and spinning health in a healthy manner. We feel the vibration of life moving in and through us as we are more open and porous to the energy fields that surround us. That which is resonant with us, resonant in the light of spirit, moves easily through and with us. And that which is out of alignment gently falls away. And we breathe, feeling ourselves gently rocked in the rhythm of life as it moves easily through our vessel. And we bring our attention down beneath our feet to our connection to the Mother, to Mother Earth, who gives us home, gives us shelter, gives us atmosphere. All that we need for life is here, and she provides. And we feel this love flowing in and through us every moment of our day. Feeling our connection, the gentle pull of gravity on every cell, every molecule of our being. It is her way of letting us know we are home, letting us know where our feet connect with her. There is love, there is abundance, and we are home. Our desire to belong is quenched, is satisfied, and we feel this love rising up in our consciousness, rising up in our vibration. And we breathe this in and through our vessel, the warmth, the love, and we are willing to receive. willing to acclimate our awareness, our willingness to be a part of this world. And it is from this sense of satisfaction, fulfillment, belonging that we can open wider to receive the love of Spirit. Our vessel is open like a tulip. We open to receive the light pouring into us in abundance, flowing in to our vessel, around our physical body, down and into our crown chakra, inside our body. The light of the divine washes through us, awakening every cell, every bit of our being as we breathe this in. And it rises in our consciousness, rises and flows up and over. There is so much. It moves through our porous, energetic field out into life, into the collective consciousness of humankind. It flows in and through us. And our vessel activates and amplifies this light, that others may see and feel and awaken to this vibration in their consciousness, that they may experience wholeness, abundance, fulfillment in this now moment. It is your birthright, it is their birthright. And we breathe and we feel the love that is infinite wash through us, enlivening our heart, creating spaciousness between our stories, our beliefs, where we hold back. It is broken apart and washed away in the light of Spirit. There is no matter that is impervious to this light. It moves in and through. For this light is the creative force of all things, of all life. And we breathe this and acclimate our being to this light. And in every breath, we are more connected to Spirit, to our Mother Earth, to life, and to one another. Our vessel growing in its capacity to receive and share the light. And we breathe. Our body, our vessel that moves us through time and space, awakening like a flower opening to the sun, ready to receive nourishment, fulfillment, opening. And we breathe. This body is opening and expanding its awareness. Every cell like a world, growing in its capacity to receive the light of Spirit, growing in its capacity to feel the force of life and love move in and through it. This cell that is growing next to cells that are growing and expanding, worlds next to worlds. expanding in an infinite way to house a soul that is whole and complete and vibrant in the light of spirit, in the I Am presence, as it moves in and through and expands in light and vibration, brighter than the sun, sharing this energy, this vibration with all on this planet, and acclimating to this vibration of life in our being. We breathe. We breathe and we experience an expansion in consciousness, oneness with all of life, oneness with our brothers and sisters, oneness with all of creation, oneness in the flow of divine love as it moves in and through us. And we breathe, and in our breath we feel what it is to be breathed by this force. We feel the rhythm in being gently pulled and released as light moves through us. And we, in our vessel, breathe. We realize that we are breathing with the collective. For those who cannot yet find their breath, we breathe. Light moving in and through all of consciousness. And our experience, our vibration, our knowing being shared with all of humanity. Peace, clarity, enlightenment, available in the breath, awakening the light in all beings. We breathe, and it is our breath that brings us to this state of knowing, this state of vibrational oneness, of wholeness, holiness. And as we breathe, we feel every cell awaken and vibrate and alive in its wisdom, the wisdom that guides us, allowing our thoughts and emotions to quiet, to trust our inner knowing, our connection to our divinity, our connection to the infinite. We breathe and feel this experience wash over us, that we may know in any moment all we need. We are guided from this place. And as we breathe, we feel the divine love of spirit wash in and through our being. The force of creation that is our blueprint, that is the blueprint of humanity, to create, to be, to bring the energy of alignment and with harmony, in harmony. We breathe and feel this wash over and through us like a gentle breeze, touching every part of our being, gently rocking us in a new rhythm, shaping our thoughts, our creative force, and our divine power that is in every breath, inherent in who we are. We feel this power rise in our consciousness, rise in our cells, our ability to decide, to be clear, to be present, to create. And we choose harmony. We choose to love as our mother has loved us. We choose a gentle way, trusting that all we need is available. All that we need will be shown, and we are guided. With every breath, we are more attuned to our divine nature, and we breathe from this consciousness with all of humanity. We breathe light, and in this light there is love, and in this love there is a way, and it finds the places to shine, to grow, to expand. And in this practice, we have been expanded. Our capacity continues to grow. And in our growing, all of humanity and its capacity to receive love and light grows and expands. As we open, as we allow, the collective opens and finds its way to allowing. And we breathe. We breathe, and in every breath we are nourished. We feel the fear and doubt and worry that is in the consciousness of all human life. Expand with the light. Expand and break apart. And as we exhale, it releases. And nothing is wasted in this economy. All that is used. All that exists in harmony. And we are awakening this in our consciousness. Awakening that as we let go of that which we have feared and doubted and created limits, it goes and it is nourishment for life. It is released, and in this grows new life, new ways. That which we release is nourishment for others. And we breathe, and we relax, and we lean into the love that is here for us, allowing it to wash over and through our vessel, nourishing us, expanding us, as we expand our consciousness outward into the world around us, feeling life all around us, the trees, the insects, the wind, the sunlight, the water, the rain, the animals, the birds, all living, all here, all now, our neighbors, our community, people working, playing, gardening, thinking, dancing. We expand our awareness to feel all of it and to breathe light, gently allowing it to move in and through into our vessel and gently outward. The light finds its way. We are more familiar with our capacity, with our capability, with our willingness to be in this now moment, expanded, awake, aware, ever present. And we breathe. We breathe. And we allow this energy to move through us gently. And in doing so, we are clear, we are awake, we are aware. Our vessel expanding in all directions. We breathe in through our energy field. We feel the life force all around us as we inhale, coming into our being. And as we exhale light. As we breathe in oxygen, and we exhale carbon dioxide. We breathe in and we breathe in light from spirit, from the Christ consciousness. We breathe it in through our vessel, and as we exhale, this light amplifies and extends into all of human consciousness. We breathe with the Mother, we breathe with life, we breathe with the Christ consciousness, and we breathe with all of humanity. We breathe, and in this we expand in our capabilities, in our capacities. Our gifts are awakened, our willingness awake, and we find ourselves open to this transformation, to the experience of our own becoming. And we breathe in and know that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Breathe in the stillness, dear ones. Feel you. Feel your wholeness. Breathe, that you may come to know this experience of you, this experience of being, and this experience that you are coming to. You are vibrating in a new way. You are amplified and clear. Your inner wisdom, your inner voice guiding you. It is important that you come to pay attention, to follow this wisdom. It is the most certainty you can connect with. And it is a practice of aligning to your divine self, to that which knows what is unknown in the world. Your vibration knows before there are words, explanations, context. Feel this quiet, gentle rhythm, this gentle vibration of your being as it awakens in your knowing. You are choosing transformation. You are choosing to be in the experience of becoming. And in this becoming, you are learning to surrender who you have been. It is more painful to consider than it is to be in it. So you breathe. Breathe until the willingness rises in your consciousness, in your vessel, and then surrender to it. This is the now practice. And we breathe with you as you are in this experience of experiencing this expanded state of being. We ask that you stay with it for your own sake, dear ones. We bless you and honor you. For those who do not yet understand what it is you do, your great gift in this consciousness, breathe and know that this is divine work. I'm getting that pressure at the very top of my crown. Mm. Hmm. All the words that I want to say are like just every time I think, just slip away. How do we stay in a willing state? How do we open to the growing willingness in our being that is beyond our knowing, beyond who we think we are, beyond the story of us? It is both beautiful and daunting. It's this, yes, oh my gosh, I don't know what I just said yes to. It's this feeling, and I just get goosebumps. Like it washes over and through as we open, as we are willing, as we raise our faces to the light, as we raise our bodies to the light, as we raise our vessel to the light and realize that we are of this, not mirrors of it, but extensions of it. And that there are those who are seeing us and thinking we are the light. That is how bright we shine. That's how bright we are shining. It's how bright that we are, how much light we are allowing. And how do we do that? If we do this without surrendering ourselves, we get enmeshed in the story of how much is enough. What is the value of this? What can I do with this? What is in it for me? Why would I do this? All of these questions that rise up. And if we can stay an open vessel, if we can allow this continual flow of vibration and energy to not just move, it's not like it moves through us that we are nothing, no thing. It's that it shapes and informs a deeper knowing of who we are. What would it be if we were all truly willing to be one? That we are willing to feel and to experience life not just through our being, but through the collective being. Compassion would be the way. And actually, even that, even our language would shift and change. The word forgiveness seems outmoded, right? That's an example of where is there room or need for forgiveness when we feel in that oneness. When we open ourselves to experience life through the all instead of only through our limited understanding. I just right now it's all like I'm just getting wave after wave after wave of the perception of what this is always going to be smaller than what it is. The perception of who we are is always going to be smaller than who we are. The perception of what we are capable of will always be smaller than the capacity that is really truly there. And if we know that, can we acclimate to a different perception? Can we adjust our paradigm that our perception is not the rule, but it is just a point of reference or a point of information? I don't know. It does feel big. And I would love to say it feels overwhelming, but I also feel like it just is. And so I'm just going to sit with that today. Anyone else have something that they want to share? I just haven't, I will tell you, it is it feels like somebody like poked me really hard on the top of my crown. Like right where my hairline is, like the spiral right in the center of that. It's very tender and very pointed kind of piece. Ooh, just very sore. I want to open it up if anybody would like to say anything. Otherwise, I think we'll probably wrap up today and offer everyone spaciousness to go and enjoy this day and go and maybe sit with this feeling, maybe do a little writing. I think I may do that. Yeah, detoxing. I like that, Aurora. I agree. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, Angeline. It does feel like a detox. And I feel like if we're not already detoxing, we're kind of in that opportunity. And just bringing ourselves, we can really make even that detoxing hard work, miserable work, or we can just follow that feeling of deep inside of us that we know what we need to do. Mary, I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you. Gail, I had this flash of white blue light today. Then my heart and throat felt warm. That's not happened before. That's beautiful. It'll be interesting to see, Gail, if you find yourself feeling more open or feeling more clear, healed, or whole in this area. That's beautiful. I think we're getting what we need. I think it's always here to get what we need. Thank you, Kathy and Carol. I'm glad I was able to. And I love this, Joe. And however, you need the support, whatever that looks like, I'm really happy to hear. And whatever that looks like, to be able to get the support that you need. Oftentimes, we can't get there on our own. It's very hard to see ourselves and to even overcome the voices of our mind that says, no, tomorrow's fine. We can keep tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. So when we do need support, that we reach out and get it, and that there are resources and support for all of us. Uh, totally. Today, I went on Google Health and I tracked my steps, and I'm like, I can do this every day. That's just one little thing. Like, that'll help me. What does that look like? Where do we need the support? What works for us? What would be interesting? And how can we love ourselves through this?